online marketplaces, challenges and opportunities. So really we're taking what the first presentation did and digging into some of the details.
Good morning, my name's Andrew Rowson. I am the CEO of Emotive and Ecom Motors, and we work with marketplaces and sellers. I think, using your example about the iPhone, it's all about the journey with those. So whether you go into an Apple store and you have a great experience, you touch the products, you feel them, you actually make that decision, or whether you order it online, you know the brand, you're bought into the brand, and then you've got that whole experience when you open the box and there's that whooshing sound when you open it. It's all about that, anticipation to actually purchase it. I think the car parts is a little bit different because they're mostly distressed purchases from a consumer point of view. So it then becomes more about convenience, and there's very little, unless you're really into your car parts. You're not buying for brand, you're buying for a need. I need brake discs for my Ford Focus, and I need to get them because I need to replace them because it's failed the MOT or it's up on the ramp, and I need to get those pretty quickly. So, particularly in the UK, online, we can get same-day delivery on e-commerce, and sometimes that's quicker than me actually going to a store and purchasing it. So I think there is a need and a want for all these different channels, and it's all about which one fits your lifestyle, really, and giving that offering and choice out there. I think looking at some of the motor facts out there in the UK, they're already embracing online. So if you look at ECP, for example, they're one of the biggest sellers on Amazon and eBay today. And plus they've got their own website as well. And then if you look at other geographics, such as in the US, O'Reilly's, AutoZone, they 100% embrace e-commerce as well. So it is all going in that direction. I think the one thing you've got to bear in mind, it's about the customer journey. I think we mentioned this earlier. Motor factors, mom and pop shops, when you're ordering items, you know what you want. You order by part number, don't you? You pick up the phone, you use tech card, you use all those different systems to get those parts in. But the customer journey, the customer doesn't know the part number they want. They know what car they drive. Well, sometimes they know what car they drive. So it starts with make, model, year, shape. And then you've got to make sure your data on those products is designed around that journey, okay? Otherwise, if you just take that B2B data and dump it online, you're not going to be optimized, you're not going to get the sales. So you need to understand that and think, it's not rocket science, all this stuff. You've got to think like a buyer, okay? How would you buy something? And then make sure that your journey, your offering is wrapped around that.
About customer returns, when the part's not right, not wrong, faulty, or whatever it might be. So do you think the levels of customer returns are higher for online retailing or e-retailing than they are through bricks and mortar purchases? And perhaps linked with that, are there likely to be more malicious claims as part of what happens?
So I'm going to ask everybody a question quickly here and involve you. So what percentage returns do you think on average of parts and accessories on eBay? What is the average percentage returns in that category? Just quickly. 10%? Shout out.
Well, let's do a vote. Yeah,
go on.
10%? 5%? 50%? Oh, I don't know. Go on, shout out. 40.
2%. Whoa. Okay. Fashion is 40%, I have to say. Okay. I won't go into the reasons for that. There's many reasons for that. But 2% on eBay. Now the reason is that it's going back to the customer journey. Okay. Sorry about that. It's about the customer journey, okay? So it's making sure that the data is right and getting the right part in the customer's hand at the right time. Now, if you look at B2B journey, where they're ordering the part, they've got a Ford Focus 2000 coming in. If you know Ford Focus, that was a year changeover, okay? So the garage will order both parts, because when they've got it on the ramp, they want to do the job. And then they will return that. So B2B returns are higher than B2C. And that is hard to believe, but that is actually fact on that. And again, it's about that customer journey. Now, you mentioned malicious returns. Yeah, there is always going to be that element. But you'll find that parts and accessories is one of the lowest categories for malicious returns, then tech. Tech's one of the biggest ones. For sure. You know, you'll buy something from Amazon and then you'll return it. Maybe if there's a lead missing, you'll return that, or maybe there's a lead missing from something you bought from Dingson's, you'll buy it from Amazon and return it with a lead missing on Amazon. You know, that sort of thing goes on really, really prolifically as well. So, you know, I've got to say, this category, because of the technical and the fitment side, people are normally buying for a genuine reason, and that's to fit a part on a car, whether it's themselves or whether that's through an authorised dealer as well. It's a necessary evil for an online, and if you're doing online, you'll probably be able to tell us stories about experiences with delivery companies. I have to say they have upped their game over that time. But they don't have any responsibility if they lose your items, if they don't deliver on time. You know, their terms and conditions are geared in such a way that you are responsible still for that. So a bit of advice, you know, when you are discussing things with delivery companies, don't just go for price, go look at reputation as well, because it is actually your reputation on the line as well. Particularly if you're trading on marketplaces, because what will happen on eBay, for example, eBay, if you're delivering late, they will downgrade your listings based on that experience, because they're tapped into all the APIs of all the delivery companies. Worse still, on Amazon, is they could suspend your store if you're not meeting that metric. So, you know, looking at just price as your guide for that, I would say from experience, as I get older, I feel it's not just about a price, it's about quality as well, you know, and that is very specific for delivery companies. My colleague touched on the review side, and it's a really good question to call out. I said earlier that all of this isn't rocket science. I may be doing myself out of a job by saying that. You've got to think like a buyer, and you are buyers yourself. So how do you choose an item? You choose it if whether it's got on Amazon. I never choose anything if it hasn't got more than 4 stars, I have to say. And then I start to look how many reviews it's got. So if it's got 5 stars and 1 review, I get a little bit suspect of that. But if it's got more than 10 reviews, I then get a bit more confidence, and I start reading reviews as well, and that actually drives my decision process. You know, Amazon is a great platform to buy. I think everyone in this room probably buys on Amazon, but also look on the you know, you've got the buy it now box, but look at the other sellers as well, because you look at the seller reviews, not just the product reviews. So look, you've got that. There's 2 elements to that. eBay is very similar, I've got to say. The seller review, very, very driven on seller review. And they're just getting into product reviews as well, but it's a little bit more difficult because of the structure of eBay to pull all those reviews on there. So to answer your question, yeah, very important. I could have just said that. Yeah, very important. Good night.